Climate change is the greatest challenge of our time, and we are at a decisive moment. We live with changing weather conditions, which threaten food production, sea level rise, which increases the risk of flooding. The effects of climate change are global in scope.
I'm going to show you how to make a table of the data per month and a scatter plot.
We need to make a table of the data per month. These are the months and the temperatures that we need. And to make a scatter plot of the data, we need to use a program to graph and feed the months and the temperatures like this. Then, with the function of y is equal to cosine of x, the data appears to lie in a cosine curve. But if we graph y is equal to cosine of x on the sum graph as the scatter plot, the result that we obtain is not even close to the data.
I'm going to show you how to get the amplitude and the vertical shift.
We are going to learn how to get the vertical shift. It is how far the function is shifted vertically from the usual position. And with this, we can also get our symmetry axis. It is represented by d in the formula. And we get it by the average of the minimum and the maximum values. We are going to get the amplitude. The amplitude is the height from the center line to the peak, and it's represented by A in the formula. Remember, the amplitude is a half of the difference between the maximum and the minimum values. Here, our maximum value is this one, and our minimum is this one. And by doing this operation, we get our amplitude.
I'm going to show you how to get the period and the phase shape.
Hi, we know that the period goes from one peak to the next peak. For the period, we need to subtract the time maximum value minus the time minimum value. And then we need to divide it by 2p over minus 8, that was our result of the subtraction, and multiplying by 2. And this is going to be our final result that is going to be in our formula. That also a horizontal shift may also be referred to as a phase shift. So the horizontal shift is the distance of the period of the function. So we need to take the maximum value of the data that occurs at approximately t is equal to 8 months to the right. This is our result. But remember that we pass the positive number to negative in the formula, like this. The function and the scatter plot that we got in the graph, we can see that the model that we found is a good approximation of the data.